Welcome back to Movie Draft House. I'm your host, Mark, and it's another 5-minute review. In today's review, we're going to be talking about the recently released on streaming television series, Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. It is available now to weekly release on Apple TV Plus, and it is a direct sequel to the 2014 Godzilla film. I think it was 2014. It takes characters from the 2014 film, and mainly, I don't know who this is. Mari Yamamoto, I think Anna Sawai. She was in the 2014 film, and she's one of the main characters here is Kate Randa. And the first episode starts out with her going to Japan to kind of settle her dead father's affairs. He died in the 2014 film, and so in San Francisco. So she's in Japan now. She lives in San Francisco, and she knows of Monarch. Monarch is the corporation that is studying and keeping secrets about the kaijus and Godzilla and all these monsters that live in the core of the earth. The timeline here is weird, right? We've gotten like 4 or 5 Godzilla, King Kong. We've gotten 4 or 5 films set in this universe, this monster universe, right? King Kong, Godzilla vs. Kong, 2 Godzilla films. I think there's one coming next year. And so the decision to set this show after the events of the first film is weird to me. Is because we've gotten a lot of info on these creatures, this world. There's been a lot of world building here, and so to have a show that kind of rewinds and takes us to a moment in time where, and the show's meant to kind of give you the origin of Godzilla. Essentially, the show is exposition for the films. I mean, that's pretty much it. Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell both star here, and they play the same character, which is it's a cool bit of storytelling and filmmaking, is using Kurt Russell's son to play his younger self. However, I believe that in present day, or like 2014, 2015, whenever the show takes place, the show wants us to believe that Kurt Russell is almost 90 years old. And Kurt Russell does not look anywhere near 90 years old. The man looks like he's 55. And I think he's like almost 70. But if anything, they should have gotten like Harrison Ford or something. He looks old. But the show time jumps between two timelines, right? One timeline is in the 50s, I think 50s, and is Wyatt Russell and Dr. Mari Yamamoto, who's Dr. Kiko Mayura, and Anders Holm, who plays Bill Randa, and Wyatt Russell. And they stumble upon really Godzilla, or entrance to the underworld. I don't know. Ren Wantabe is in this as well, and I'm pretty sure he's got some history in film, but I don't know what, and I don't want to subject you to sit here, but what's her face? Kate discovers that her father had a separate life in Japan and had a whole other family. And so there's a lot of familial dynamics here. And Monarch, is trying to stop Kate from, stumbling upon the secrets. And so they have to meet up with Kurt Russell's character, Lee Shaw. Um, and what else? I've only watched 2 episodes, so the production value is really good here. The acting is really good, and the CG is good. There's an opening scene with what's his face, God, John Goodman, and where he's running, and we last saw John Goodman in this universe, I guess, in Kong, one of the King Kong movies, and then he's running for his life when 2 other monsters pop out of the earth, and it's a crab and like another thing, I don't know, but the CG in that scene is pretty bad. And it's not CG; it's more or less green screen is pretty bad. But anyways, I'm gonna keep watching, I guess. It's a very dramatic, personal story of these characters. I just don't really understand the motivation behind learning this information when we have a ton of other directions we could have gone, or the filmmakers could have gone with telling a more personal story in this universe. But anyways, I've seen better, but I'm gonna recommend it. I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching it. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. It's on Apple TV Plus. New episodes released weekly. So anyways, hit the subscribe button when it pops up so you don't miss any future content here on the podcast. And if you want to follow the podcast on all your favorite social media platforms, we're on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, here on YouTube, doing big things. And make sure you're following the podcast on all your streaming platforms. New episodes released weekly every Thursday. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Anywhere you get your podcasts, we're there. And we'll catch you next time.
Before it's too late.